If you still believe you're going to change your life with positive thinking, or worse, you've already tried it, repeated the phrases, watched the clips, smiled through the pain, and nothing changed, then listen. This is for you. Not for people who want pretty advice, for people who want results. Today, I'm going to give you 5 habits that separate those who actually build a life from those who keep waiting for something magical, some sign, some external rescue. And I'll warn you now, you probably won't like parts of what I'm about to say, because it removes your favorite escape route. Most people would rather blame someone anything than do the work required to become the kind of person who gets different outcomes. It hurts less. It keeps the story intact. The boss was unfair. The relationship damaged you. Someone betrayed you. Your parents failed you. Your country gave you no chance. And yes, those are real events. They can mess up your psychology. They can shake your nervous system, your confidence, your sense of safety. Therapy can be essential. Healing matters. But at the end of the day, there is only one person who can take what happened and transform it into fuel instead of poison. And that person is you. The world is not the Garden of Eden. It's not safe. It's not designed to protect your comfort. I could spend this entire video pressing on the wound, talking about how difficult everything is, how broken society is, how unfair life can be. But what does that do? It makes you fluent in the problem. And you don't need more fluency in pain. You need a way out. There's only one exit: radical responsibility. Think of yourself like the driver of a chariot, not drifting, not dragged, not asleep in the passenger seat while the algorithms, the moods, the people, the past take the wheel. The chariot archetype, the hero, doesn't demand a perfect road. He demands a clear direction. Obstacle appears, he adjusts. He doesn't collapse into victimhood and call it truth. He stays in command. Here's the payoff. While responsibility stays outside you, power stays outside you. A bad headline can hijack you. Someone's opinion can steer you. A setback can rewrite your entire identity. And you become a spectator waiting for life to change first. This is not about blaming yourself. Responsibility is not self-hatred. It's ownership. It's the simple recognition that no matter what happened, the next step is yours. And that next step will not be sustained by motivation. Motivation is a spark. It dies. If you build your life on sparks, you'll keep restarting the fire. So let me ask you, where exactly have you been pretending you had no control, just so you wouldn't have to feel the weight of choosing? Real change doesn't come from feeling inspired. It comes from changing the system that runs you. Inside you, there's a structure almost like a hidden operating system made of 4 layers: beliefs, emotions, communication, and actions. Those actions become your habits. And habits are what produce your results. Not magical thinking, not cosmic luck, not a new quote you paste over the same old life. If you have destructive habits in relationships, you'll create relationship chaos. If you have destructive financial habits, you'll leak money no matter how much you earn. If you have destructive habits with your body, your health will eventually collect the debt. Habits are not cute routines. They're the invisible rails your life runs on. And the habits that actually transform someone are not the trendy ones. This isn't wake up at 5 a.m. or cold showers or blue light glasses. Those can be fine, but they're surface level optimizations. The 5 habits I'm giving you hit the deeper layer: control over your attention, your decisions, your money leverage, your discomfort tolerance, and your self-audit. These habits don't make you look impressive. They make you powerful. But none of them survive without purpose. Purpose isn't mystical. It's not complicated. It's the why. It's the reason you do what you do when the mood disappears. Purpose is what keeps the chariot moving when the road gets ugly. If you need a purpose you'll never forget, here it is. I do what I do out of love for my own being. I have one rare chance to be alive, maybe 80 years, maybe less. Maybe tomorrow ends it. So I refuse to waste this chance living half asleep. I want a life that feels clean inside. I want results that match my potential. I want to be free from the mental prison that was installed in me. And if I don't do it for me, no one will. That's not ego. That's adulthood. People who understand this keep growing. People who don't keep suffering under the same patterns, then calling it fate. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to make you honest. Because if your why is strong, you don't negotiate with small excuses. You don't need motivation to show up. You show up because you've decided who you are. So before we talk habits, answer this. What do you actually want your life to stand for? If nobody claps, if nobody notices, if there's no applause to feed you? Habit 1. Master your attention. Whoever controls your attention controls your life. And let's be brutal, most people do not control theirs. The algorithms do. Notifications do. Endless feeds do. Apps that were engineered scientifically to capture and keep your mind for as long as possible. That's not conspiracy. It's business. Your attention is the product. The longer you scroll, the more they earn. While you're hypnotized by content you didn't consciously choose, your real life sits untouched. Projects stall, skills decay, opportunities rot, dreams grow mold. And it's not just too much screen time. That's shallow. This is deeper. Attention is your most valuable resource, more valuable than money. Money can be recovered. Time and attention wasted don't come back. Where your attention goes, your energy goes. Where your energy goes, results grow. If your attention is fragmented across 1,000 stimuli, your energy becomes fragmented too. Fragmented energy builds nothing. It only leaves you exhausted at the end of the day, with nothing meaningful to show for it. The person who masters attention can study something hard. They can work on one project without checking their phone every 5 minutes. They can have a deep conversation without their mind living somewhere else. They can think real thinking, the kind that changes your life. That ability is going extinct. The person who doesn't master attention lives in reactive mode. They don't decide. Things decide for them. A notification hits, they obey. A scandal appears, they emotionally invest. A new clip drops, they consume. They get dragged by the current and call it living, when it's just stimulus response like a lab rat pressing a lever for dopamine. This habit is about reclaiming command of the chariot, not letting every shiny object grab the reins. Because if you give your attention away for free, you give your life away for free. So let me ask you a question worth answering in the comments. What has been stealing your attention lately? So quietly you didn't even notice your days disappearing. Habit 2. Make decisions based on principles, not emotions. Emotion is a terrible driver. It can blind you. Think of someone in love. They'll betray their own interests, their own values, because emotion floods the system. But it's not just romance. People fall in love with a car, an idea, a lifestyle, a political figure, a fantasy of who they could be. And when you're emotionally hijacked, reason goes offline. There's also negative emotion. You don't do what you should do because you feel tired, so you obey the couch. You get frustrated, so you obey quitting. You get irritated, so you obey the urge to respond and destroy something you'll regret. Weeks turn into years of emotional decisions stacked on top of each other, and your life becomes inconsistent, no direction, no stability, no inner authority. Principles are decisions made in advance, strategic, clear. They are agreements you make with yourself before the moment arrives. And when you live by principles, you stop wasting mental energy renegotiating your identity every day. If your principle is I don't make major financial decisions on the same day, impulse purchases lose power. If your principle is, I don't discuss serious topics when I'm angry, you stop detonating relationships. If your principle is, I do what must be done before what I want to do, procrastination starts to starve. This is how you stop being controlled by mood. This is how you keep the chariot straight when the horses panic. Habit 3. Build financial leverage. Working hard is not the same as progressing. That lie keeps honest. Hard-working people trap their entire lives. You grew up hearing, work harder, grind, sacrifice weekends. And then you did it, and the money still barely covers the basics. Or you earn well, but you're so exhausted you can't live. You traded your health and time for survival, not freedom. The problem isn't effort. It's the model, trading time for money. You're limited by the hours of your day, and when you stop, the money stops. That's a golden prison. Leverage is anything that multiplies your results beyond your time. Knowledge leveraged into systems. Capital that works while you sleep. Media that spreads without you being present. Assets that produce value repeatedly. Leverage takes patience. It often requires building before you see returns. That's why most people don't do it. They want fast comfort, so they accept slow captivity. Be honest, are you building freedom or only renting your life out by the hour? Habit 4. Voluntary exposure to discomfort. Modern life is designed to eliminate discomfort. Hungry? Tap a button. Cold? Adjust the temperature. Bored? Infinite entertainment. Want connection? Text without hearing a voice. Everything is optimized so you don't have to tolerate friction. And the result is predictable. People collapse at the first real difficulty. They can't handle a hard conversation. They can't handle no. They can't handle frustration without reaching for sugar, distraction, or numbing. But life is discomfort. If you don't choose discomfort, life will assign it, and you won't have the inner structure to survive it cleanly. There are 3 arenas: physical, social, mental. Physical discomfort builds discipline into your body. Social discomfort breaks the fear of judgment. Mental discomfort is thinking hard, studying hard, questioning beliefs, facing shadows, sitting in silence without running. The strongest people you know didn't become strong by avoiding discomfort. They became strong by walking through it until hard became normal. Habit 5. Regular, brutally honest self-review. Most people never stop to check if what they're doing is working. It hurts too much. It's easier to stay on autopilot, repeating the same patterns, telling the same stories, than to admit you've been walking in circles for years. That's how people wake up at 40, 50, 60, and realize time passed and they didn't arrive anywhere. Real transformation requires auditing yourself. Relationships, habits, goals, direction, values. Some friendships don't add anything anymore. Some careers are comfortable cages. Some small behaviors became silent addictions. Some goals aren't even yours. They're borrowed expectations you never questioned. If you want a shortcut to this kind of self-knowledge, archetypal psychology offers a sharp mirror. Patterns, shadows, dominant drives, the roles you default to under pressure. But whether you use a framework or not, the point is the same. You must see yourself clearly, regularly, and without excuses. And here's your boundary line. If you want to stay comfortable, stay average, keep blaming the world, don't follow inside out. This is for people who want command of the chariot, not sympathy for the crash. Now, the final question, answer it like your life depends on it. Which one of these 5 habits are you avoiding most? And what does that avoidance cost you every single day?